Um, I think we're rolling. Okay, Dee Dee, this is Gregory P. What I'm trending now for you and I is friends, maybe. Um, I'm trying to be as honest as I can be at this point, but here's the deal. The Suzanne Zeisman thread, wow, I could not stop laughing last night. This thing has now reached a level of absurdity that uh, I mean, in a way, it's so fitting. Like, I'm trying to get that. I have to stand here because I have to hardwire this. Getting on the internet is not like an instantaneous thing for me like it is for you in the States. I like have all kinds of weird shit I have to do to get on the internet, and right now I'm hardwired via Cat 5 and and I have to stand right here. Let me get a chair. Hold on. Suzanne Zeisman is a girl that I knew in 1983. It's on my wall right now. You know this. Everyone does. She was like this. I was totally in love with her. I was infatuated with Suzanne Zeisman. Seventh grade, eighth grade, seventh grade. She like came in from San Francisco. She was at first in seventh grade, and then she like skipped a grade. She's super smart. She's super smart. She's super resentful, super fucked up, weird. She teaches biology or something at like Sweetbriar College in like West Virginia or some shit. Anyway, I haven't seen Suzanne Zeisman in the flesh since 1988. Um, I did play with her in cyberspace briefly. I don't remember who contacted who. I honestly don't. And frankly, we just play together and like, I just figured out she likes to top from the bottom, and I was like, yeah, well, whatever. This isn't my scene, topping from the bottom is like, whoa, I know how this works. This is how Geraldine works. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that shit. Drinking a little M. Roy Haas sip. It's 8:03 in the morning, and I really should be doing yoga or swimming, but, yeah, new levels of absurdity. What did I get from you on Skype? I mean, it was like this angry, like, instead of like writing to me and saying, who's Suzanne Zeisman? I'd instead get this thing of like, well, I talked to Suzanne Zeisman. And I'm like, really? Wow. That's fascinating that she would contact you. Yeah, uh, in the background, you can hear waves. Over there is like a tree. I was gonna like guide you through my garden and shit, but like, I can't because I'm hardwired by Ethernet. But, in the past week, I've been through something like hell. I'm sure you have too. I'm sure Jolene has also. But the thing is that someone, somewhere along the line, decided to like start saying, Gregory P's crazy, that person was GLB. I thought it had to do with maybe the fact that Dee Dee was trying to hustle me. There's a huge memo about this thing that may or may not ever go out to anyone. It was going to go out to about 10,000 people, particularly when I thought that my mother was going to call the U.S. Embassy and perhaps get me in real big trouble. And that's not going to happen now, and even if it does, I'm kind of protected from that too. So, since the beginning, I have told you, just come. If I'm too weird for you, fine. If you want to play with Christopher in real space, cool. If you want to get your silly degree, then do. It's over in a way for me. I love you, but this took it to a level where I'm like, yeah, turn on Jesus and Mary Chain's Happy When It Rains and consider yourself lucky that you no longer have to deal with Geraldine Lynch Brown or Dee Dee Kohesi or Facebook or fucking anybody ever again from a life that makes no sense. Despite what I present and have been presenting, today I will pop the final post for Stumbling Towards Enlightenment. And then you will just, when you go to my page, you will just see, here's the final post, here's my email address. If a real friend wants to get in touch, please do. And I may, drop into Facebook here and there, but I'm kind of over that in a big way, and I've been trying to figure out how to end it. But like, this Suzanne Zeisman thread is just, ask Aaron. Shit, I don't even think Aaron McCardle knows fucking Suzanne Zeisman, for Christ's sakes. Daisy wrote to me last night, and she was just like, tattling's not cool. And I'm like, hey man, she fucking came out of nowhere and fucking sourced DD on data that's like complete conjecture because it's all based on what? Something that happened in 1983 that was nothing, and like, I don't know, 10 chat sessions last year before I met you. I mean, okay, whatever. Take her data. Yeah, I will tell you this about Suzanne Zeisman, though. This is kind of interesting. I do like this part. When Suzanne Zeisman dumped me, right? The camping trip was over, so she dumped me. And I'm like 12 or 13 years old, and I'm crushed, of course, because that's how I am. I'm like this great big, fluffy fucking weirdo that's like totally infatuated with this super smart. She was super smart. God, she was super smart and super. She was from San Francisco. She was refined, elegant. She knew about opera. She knew all kinds of shit. She was fun. Rich, kinda, not really. They weren't actually rich, but they fronted rich. Anyway, they fronted because it was fucking nerves. Dad died, and now she's taking care of mom in fucking West Virginia and hates her life. We'll tell you this about Suzanne Zeisman. Suzanne Zeisman was a person who, so she dumps me in 1983. I get back from this camping trip, and for the first time ever, I get into a car. My parents picked me up from the camping trip. I think it was my stepdad. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. It's a little hazy. On the radio, for the first time, I heard "Tainted Love" by Soft Cell. It would be years before I would know that who the fuck Soft Cell was. But that summer, it was the summer of '83 or the summer of '82 to '71. I don't remember, and I'm not going to pull it up for you right now. But Tainted Love, I mean, ripped the charts that summer. I mean, ripped it. It was fucking everywhere. You could not go fucking anywhere without hearing dang, 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 ding, 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 ding. I mean, you could. I was like huge. It blew Every Breath You Take's like domination of airwaves for me way the fuck out of the water. And so every time I hear Tainted Love, in the back of my mind, I really do think of Suzanne Zeisman. But my recollection is that the person that I dedicated Tainted Love to online is DD Clohessy. Again, it is, to me, it has now reached levels of absurdity that are like so layered and interesting, and I honestly, Esco Trujillo, one of my best friends, wrote me the other day. She was like, what the fuck is going on with you? And I just sourced her some data from this memo, and I was just like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, honestly, what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, because there's a plot in my head. GLB doesn't like it, Robert Pleshaw doesn't like it, you don't like it, I don't care, but the past week was a real unscripted pile of shit that, oh, let's see, I'm almost out of this crazy meditation, and Geraldine suddenly is slipping her shit and, like, telling my friends I need a doctor. Wow, how interesting this is. Yeah, it's been quite a week, and, I love you, Dee Dee, but I don't think you're a hustler. I don't think any of that shit anymore, but I do, it's like, you're never gonna know me unless you come here. And I'm not coming back to the States, for sure. I live in paradise. Hello, for less than $6 yesterday, I got a huge pile of fish, octopus. See this? You wanna see this? Huge, look at that huge chunk of fucking dried ginger. This was like 20 baht. It was like 15 cents or something. I'm learning to speak Thai, blah, blah, blah. And I'm meeting all kinds of super interesting people, both Farang and Thai, and I'm like, if you want to come here, you can come here and see me. If you don't, bye. I mean, I tried my level best to keep together both the Geraldine relationship and the DD Clohessy relationship and try to figure out how that all comes together. And right now, both of you, I'm sort of like, well, yeah, Mom, real bold of you to keep fighting when you know that you're wrong. That's what you do. And it's funny to all of us who've had to deal with it um, and figure it out over the years that this is what you do, that you know, continued to be a defensive cunt even after you've been called on your shit, like, in a hardcore manner. But honestly, Geraldine, if you want to show this link to Geraldine, you can tell Geraldine that, like, until she apologizes to Daisy and Joe and starts to figure out, like, how we transition her to something reasonable, that I don't want to talk to her. I just don't. I have no need to. I have no need to talk to Geraldine, none whatsoever. She thinks I'm out of money. Guess what? I'm not. And if money doesn't come, both of you, I lived on the streets before I would turn to prostitution. Done deal. Never did it. Never. And only very rarely spent the night, like, stayed with someone that I didn't like very much to have a place to crash. I mean, like, almost never did I do that. I would get up and be like, fuck you, I hate you, and go sleep in a park. I mean, I'm not weird, I guess. But my survival instinct in terms of what I wanted for myself was way stronger than I think either of yours, honestly. And, I love you both, but I'm sort of like, well, tried my best, but you're not making sense, either of you, at this point. The Suzanne, I mean, I could not stop laughing. I was like, wow, this is fucking super absurd. This is like, I couldn't, and yet, it's perfect, right? The tainted love, all of it. It's like, this is, again, I keep talking about it, living in a narrative. Some people see it, some people don't. I do, and it's just, I think it's fucking hysterical. As soon as Anne Zeisman kills my relationship with Dee Dee Classy, that's hysterical. I have a lot of shit going on with real friends online, in terms of, like, talking about all kinds of interesting strategies for all kinds of different things. I have friends literally all over the world who are looking to get into Southeast Asian markets, for example, about various things. If I need to furlough a few months and, like, eat fish, and, like, live off the raw herbs I can find in the trees, guess what? I can pull that shit off. I know how to do that, because I've done it in the past. Yeah, I, like I said, I love you both, but since, 1 week ago Sunday, so 8 days ago, which is, Yang, it's also, what is it in Thai? I'm learning the numbers. Yang, male strength energy in fucking Chinese medicine, blah blah. 1 week ago Sunday, I stood in this room and Geraldine told me she would never betray me. And as far as I'm concerned, telling my friends that I'm crazy and I need to see a doctor and maybe posting that shit on Facebook, I don't even fucking know anymore and I don't care. No way, Geraldine. No. Insulting Daisy Durham? Wow. You are a bold motherfucking bitch. I'll tell you that. Do what thou will. Like I said, print that fucking memo I sent you, sit down and read it with Susie and Vicky, talk about what a fucking asshole I am. Do whatever the fuck you want, because I am not... I am... If you don't want me to do strategic planning for you, I don't have to. I won't. You do your own strategic planning and figure out the KJS situation. Because I can't deal with two... It's like I've got two of you that are, like, bouncing up and down doing ridiculous shit, and it's like, in the meantime, I'm trying to keep my own head together and, like, figure out Thai and not crash my bike. Okay, love you guys, mean it. I'm running out of time.